Gemini, let's clear some smoke. We're going to do your almost personal reading for this month. So let's tap right on in, see what the main energy is. Divine may have 3 best cards for main energy for our Gemini. Too many cards. 2 more, please. All right, I do hope that all is well and that you are doing well, dear. So let's see. Mental energy value indication. Your inner value is greater than you realize. Perhaps you've been questioning your worth lately. Focus on affirming your unique qualities daily, and you'll become more confident in your value. And then we have enlightenment. You are on the path to enlightenment, discovering higher truths. Have you noticed a recent shift in your awareness? Continue following this light. It will lead you to greater wisdom. Okay. Value indication. It feels like the best example of the messaging is that you're awakening to certain skills that you've mastered or you're achieving mastery in. And so you're looking around at your environment and saying that you're thinking that your skills could be utilized and you could receive higher pay or higher results or rewards elsewhere than where you currently find yourself in the environment, and hence the enlightenment energy of somehow, some way you were shown or saw the potential of what it is that you're achieving mastery in terms of this value indication of where you could possibly market yourself elsewhere and repackage yourself, like it seemed and achieve more from your values and your skill sets than you're currently receiving. In short, it's about growth potential here, but it is going to involve you taking a calculated risk and putting yourself into position and into the rooms, into the environments, and into the conversations that would steer you in a proper direction to growth, both in terms of your own potential and financial profitability here. Then we have awakening potential. Your inner potential is awakening and new opportunities are appearing. This is a time for growth and self-discovery. Be bold, exploring new areas, and your hidden strengths will reveal themselves. Just covered that. Okay. So it's time to shop, apparently. All right. Deep breath, darling. Open mind, open heart, and let's get ready to receive what the divine wants and needs you to know most for this month. Divine may have 10 best cards. For more details regarding this main energy, please, 10 best cards. See what we got going on for you, darling. You've been thinking about making a move here for a while, okay? But there's a certain level of comfort where you are, and also loyalty, and it feels like you started where you are, in terms of this growth. And so that's probably where that loyalty comes in, of where you should stick it out and grow where you are. But there isn't much potential for growth where you are when it comes to your skill set. Like, it's kind of set in. Let's just say you work for a nice little mom and pop. They're a good size, but the positions of, it may be family based, And where you are, there's really where there you'll get more responsibility. You might get a couple bucks more. You know what I'm saying? You might be looked at as a leader amongst your on the team, like you're the right hand. If you just as example, you're a right hand to the king, but you're not getting that good gold, right? And on your resume, if you were to move on, it's still going to show the position that you started at, not what your actual value or worth is in the company, because there's no space for you to go there, right? So let's just say they have the operations manager that's, the nephew, and because it's like a really that type of thing, or a group of friends started it, and they're locked into those positions. They're not going to go anywhere unless they quit or buy out or die. They started that, they're going to end that. They're not going to move on from that, unless something really dramatic happens, and you don't want to be there for that either. You don't want to step into those shoes, especially after such an ugly run. So it's not that they wouldn't do it, it's just that they can't do it. And the divine is awakening that within you, hence this Empress energy being here about birth of a new opportunity in space where you can really call your own. Now, the thing is, the best way to honor these people and this opportunity that you were given is to go on and get better at it and create a network for them to be able to thrive elsewhere if they need you. So even though you're going to expand yourself personally, which means you'd have to leave behind the mom and pop shop, you're still going to create avenues and allies for them moving forward. If you work for a bigger company, they'll have access to that. You'll still have those lifelines there if need be. Or for instance, let's say you have jobs that come across that your company is, say you move on to a commercial situation and this company is residential, and you get options or information on residential jobs, or what would be considered residential by your company. You can do what? You can pass on that good lead to that company and get them growing as well. So there's opportunities here for you to stay in service and to have loyalty, even though you're not under that umbrella anymore. Okay. Now, the Hermit card being here is why that energy of you've been thinking about this for a while. The divine has been tapping in and showing you, probably during dreams of where you've seen something about expansion. And it felt very uncomfortable because of the fact that you have a true connection and loyalty to these people. But we must remember that there is professional loyalty and then there's personal loyalty. And right now the personal is affecting the professional. Okay. The Empress being here between the Hermit and the Page of Wands is you giving birth to this new opportunity. And there's a nurturing here for yourself that you need to do. Okay. And you really won't feel any real pushback. More than likely, the person who intentionally brought you in and has been training you, okay, they've been showing you things that you wouldn't have experienced elsewhere. They've been quietly preparing you. You may know aspects of payroll. You've learned marketing. You basically learned how each and every aspect of a small business works. And so you have an understanding of payables and all kinds of things, bank deposits, because that's the beautiful thing when you work for a smaller business. When you're trusted, they give you certain responsibilities that you just probably wouldn't get in a larger company, but you get to see the inner workings. You understand labor costs, you understand how to do your margins, you create profit in a job, whatever the case may be. You're learning these, you're doing reports, you're doing all these different things, your marketing, your internet stuff, all of this, you have a working knowledge. And so when you move on to a different company, you then utilize all these different tools that you've learned on the job, but they've been preparing you for this. So when you move on, you're like, well, how can I leave them now? Right. And with this going on, they want you to. They do. They want you to stay as much as they want you to go. It's like having when your child gets old enough, they're going off to college. I do not want my child to go to college, right? I don't want my baby to leave. But at the same time, I want my baby to go and get bigger, better, brighter, build a life for yourself. But it means I won't have you around me anymore. But at the same time, you got to go, you got to fly. At some point, you got to take flight. And they know that you have the skill set and the talents to really do something great for yourself. And most importantly, work at a profit and not breaking even. And right now they know that you're breaking even. And because it's really as big as their budget can go. They know you deserve more in terms of pay. But they have a budget that they have to keep in order to stay operating, right? This is the clearest example coming in for this. The moon and the justice here, the page of wands, is time for a new direction. And the divine has been giving you this energy moving forward here in terms of a new direction to go. You've probably been looking at places and wondering, like you say, you pass a company on the way home from, your job. You're like, I wonder how much they're paying. I wonder how much that's going on. And, then your friend is saying, there have been just divine has been sending you all kinds of messages through people, through your, seeing stuff, commercials. You keep wondering, and it's really getting bigger and bigger. It's snowballing. So the justice card is here. It's like, do yourself a favor and be fair to yourself and see what's out there. Right now, it's just about be curious. Just see what's out there. Put your resume out. See what's out there. Be honest with yourself. Do you want to earn more? Do you want to make more? Do you want more responsibility? Right? Do you really want to be paid what your skill set is worth? Okay, it's because eventually you'll stay with the company long enough. Your energy towards the company will sour, and it will become, well, y'all don't pay me enough, and all the work that I do, and da 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 da. You'll lose. You're right at that bliss point right now. But now it's time for you to take action, because sometimes we sit in a space so long, speaking of personal experience, that we lose sight of the fact of how much we've gained from it, because then we realize we're doing all this stuff. It's no longer that we learn it, we've mastered it, and now it's like, now you're not paying me for it, right? We lose the fact of the invaluable education and skill set we've built. Like that, you basically on the job training, and there's so few opportunities to get that now. So then you have to maximize that. It's up to you to utilize that and I'm trying to combine the words. Maximize it and monetize it to the extent that you can. Okay? You determine what you're worth. You determine your value here, as if with the value indication. Now, Five of Swords being in reverse, ain't no shady business going on. It's not. It's going to be how you handle it. Okay? Page of Cups is here. When you do it with gentleness and just say, you know what, guys, I've grown. Is when you start putting your information out first, you get in alignment with the divine. You consult the divine within you. You write out your goals, what you really want, why you're looking to leave, and make it fair, right? The pros and the cons of your choice. And then get into, okay, let me update my resume. Let me put feelers out there, because you have a great job right now, and it ends your meeting and you get a little bit for fun time, but you could do a little bit more, because it's there. You're being called to it. So get curious, have that childlike wonder, and just put it out there and see what you could do. Then you have the offering of the Page of Cups to gently go in and say, I've enjoyed my time here, but I've been offered a few key positions that really would allow me to grow. It's a bigger company, and I could, put more in the bank and do better for me and my family. Okay. Or if it's just you, whatever the case may be, but you got something along those lines. Like, have that heart-to-heart conversation. Schedule the meeting. Don't just let it pop up and be like, oh, I quit and I'm going elsewhere. No, have the conversation, have that heart-to-heart, because you have that type of connection with the company and its management and its owners and everything else. Be respectful and have that conversation, and they will respect that, and they will respect you. Okay. And most importantly, you're going to respect yourself, because that's a part of doing good business. That's a part of being professional. The Hangman to the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Justice card here. Yeah, absolutely. Hangman with this Page of Wands is take your time. All of this doesn't have to happen in a day. Like, you getting this message today, and then by next Friday you doing all this shit. No, there is, you can't leave the company in the lurch. They need to be prepared. And you're in a position of where you're well taken care of. You're suited and booted. You're not in a struggle zone here. Right? You're not unhappy with where you are. It's not a toxic workplace. It's just that you want to grow and see if you can do a little bit better, if not much better than what you're doing, because you earned it. So now it's a matter of just again, get in alignment with the divine. Write out what you want, what's great where you are, and what you want to see evolve and grow and change, and what you want long term. Get your 3 columns together. What's good now, what you want to improve upon, and what your long term goal is for it. Right? Then update your resume. Start, putting out feelers, asking people, da 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 da. You know what I mean? And you'll find that, You're getting out there and you're getting after it. Then you'll get a couple of offers, have a couple of interviews, and then you can really see, you can go into the companies calm and really looking around because you're not in a desperate situation. Hangman energy, we still on that. And you can see like, okay, this could be a place I could pull up to every day. All right, yep. Because it's going to be a different feeling when you don't need it, but you want it, right? You see what I'm saying? When you're going in, you're desperate, you need the job. Like, I'll take it. No. You're going in like, checking it out. Like when you test driving a car, you shopping for a vehicle. And you're like, no, I like that model, but let me check out the Nissan. No, don't want that. No. What's going on with this Camry? What's going on with this Accord? Or if you're in a different bracket, whatever the case may be, what's going on with this Beamer? What's going on with this Mercedes? What's going on with this Land Rover? Or Range Rover, whatever the case may be, whatever you're shopping for. You're shopping. We're just window shopping. We're just checking it out. Now see what I really like. What do I really like on my watch? What do I really want in my garage? Right? You can see if it actually fits you. Make an informed decision, representing that Queen of Pentacles. Where will your needs be met? Where will you be able to grow? And where will you be able to be of service to the company in the greatest capacity? Value indicator. And then the Judgment card with the Justice. That will allow you to do the proper judgment. And then, once you've decided, you have that conversation. Once you've secured the bag, then you have the conversation. Let them know this is what you're going to do. Okay? Divine may have 4 cards. Strategy moving forward. Success is awaiting you. It's like she's going up the stairs to success. It's ascension. And you will have the full support of those you're moving forward from. Not leaving behind, you're moving forward. Remember, the example of the child graduating high school and going off to college or going off to training for their future and their vocation, whatever the case may be, military, Job Corps, something, Navy, Air Force, whatever the case may be, college. Okay, who knows? But you're moving forward. Okay, towards growth and expansion. The High Priestess is here. Conversation, get in alignment and ask where you can serve and be of service. What is this the right thing to do? Is this the right timing, etc., etc.? Write it down. Write out the plan. 3 of Pentacles, continue to cooperate, collaborate, negotiate, and work with the teamwork and continue to do stellar work, because that is your calling card. Okay? Interesting. I'm getting the Devil Wears Prada, where she's like, oh, the worst employee I ever had, and you'd be stupid not to hire her. Okay? Hierophant. Understand that you were being prepared for the next level. You have served and have been of great service to the company that you're currently with or the situation that you find yourself in, but it is still your journey. You're not indebted to anyone because you've earned every bit of training and expertise and mastery that you've achieved where you are. And they do not expect you to stay there forever. They would like it, but it's not expected of you. It's your choice. And again, you can do it the right way. And then the 6 of Swords, when the time comes, move forward without hesitation. Okay? It's graduation time. All right. That is your session, dear Gemini. I do hope it was of assistance to you, and I appreciate you and your most valuable time, as always. And do remember that back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again.